Okay, so the learning objective today is I can tell the time on an analogue clock to the nearest 5 minutes. Okay, let's start by looking at this clock face and just having a little recap from yesterday. So the numbers that go around the middle of the clock face here, that go from 1 to 12, are your hours. And then the numbers that I've written on around the edge that not all clocks have are the minutes. So it goes from 0 at the top and it goes in 5s, 10, 15, 20, all the way up to 55, and it would go to 60 because there are 60 minutes in 1 hour. Now you'll also remember from yesterday that I've drawn this line down the clock face, and if the minute hand, the long hand, is in this side of the clock, then it's going to be something past the hour. And if the minute hand, the long hand, is in this side of the clock, then it's going to be something to the hour. Now, today we're going to be working on some times which are 5 minutes past the hour. And when we work those out, we're going to be looking at 3 key questions. And every time we come to a clock face and we're not sure what it is, we're going to have these questions in our head. I've put these questions on the sheet as well for you to refer to. So, first question is, what's the hour hand, the shorthand, doing? So we're looking where that is. Second question, is the minute hand in the past or the to section? So is the minute hand, the long hand, in the past or the to section? And our third question is, how many minutes past or to is it? Okay, don't worry if you don't understand all those questions just now, because we're going to go through some clocks and work out the time going through those questions each time. So let's come back to this clock face now and go through those 3 questions. The first question is, what's the hour hand doing? So we can see the hour hand, the shorthand, has just gone past the 10. So it's going to be something to do with 10 o'clock. That's the hour that we're thinking about. And then we can look at the minute hand and think, is the minute hand, the long hand, in the past or the to section? Well, we can see here clearly that the minute hand is in the past section. So it's going to be something past 10. And then we've got to work out, well, how many minutes past 10? So we can start up here where it's 0, and we're going to count round from there until we get to where the minute hand is pointing. So we're going to go in our 5s, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, because remember these refer to the minutes, and we'll think about the minute hand. So we see that it is 25 minutes past 10 o'clock. Okay, let's do the same with another clock face. So we're going to go through those 3 questions again. Maybe this time you're feeling slightly more confident with working out the answers to some of them yourself. So first question, what's the hour hand doing? So we look at the shorter hand. The short hand here is just past the 8, so it's something to do with 8 o'clock. Okay, next question. Is the minute hand, the long hand, in the past or the to section? You can see here that the minute hand is definitely in the past section. So it's something past 8. And then our last part is, how many minutes past is it? So look at where the minute hand is, count round in your 5s. Oh, and it's just here, which is 5 minutes past. So it's 5 minutes past 8. 5 minutes past 8. So if we were going to write that down under our clock, we could say it was 5 minutes past 8, or you could shorten it and just say 5 mins past 8. When you're writing them out today, I'd like you to say 5 minutes or mins past 8. I know when we say it, normally we would just say 5 past 8, but I think if you write it out with 5 mins or minutes past 8, it will help you to remember what you're talking about really, that you're talking about 5 minutes past 8. Okay, let's do one more together. So again, we first think, where is the hour hand? What's that doing? So the short hand here, just past the 9. Then we think the minute hand, the long one, is that in the past or the to section? We can see that that is in the past section. Then we think, how many minutes past or to is it? So again, hopefully now you're thinking, oh yeah, I know what to do. We go up to 0, we count round in 5s until we get to the minute hand. So it's 10 minutes past 9. 10 mins past 9. Last one to do before you start your do it. This one is in particular to help with the question on the twist it. So let's just have a look at this one in the same way. So first of all, what's the hour hand doing here? Oh, it's just past the 7. And then think, is the minute hand in the past or the to section? It's in the past section. Then we think, how many minutes past or to is it? So we start counting round. We think 5, 10, 15. So it's 15 minutes past 7. But think back to your work yesterday. What's the other way, the more kind of normal way of that we would describe this time? It's 15 minutes past or quarter past 7. So I'd now like you to have a go at the do it and the twist it and maybe the solve it as well if you've got time. And as you're doing so, please each time think in your head through those 3 questions, which will really help you to make sure that you get the right time.